Hi, I'm Dr. Keith Ryan, a chiropractor in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I wanted to talk to you about whiplash. Whiplash is something everybody's heard about that happens in a car accident. Well, technically it happens in a rear vehicle accident where somebody hits you from behind. And the dynamics of it and why they call it whiplash, because I think it's a really cool name, is that when you're hit from behind, you immediately, your neck goes back forward. As the car accelerates back, your neck goes back forward over the seat, and then as you slow down, your head tracks and goes forward and then snaps back down again. So they call it whiplash, which I thought was just a super appropriate name for what it was, because it really explains it exactly. Now, if you're in an accident that you're hit from behind, you're probably going to get some level of whiplash just from the force vectors that hit your car. And depending on the circumstances behind the wreck, it is going to be whether you're injured or whether you're not. But if you're hit fairly hard, you're going to snap your head back in a reasonably quick succession of things and bend forward and then come back. Now, different things can happen with that because your body isn't really designed to protect against that when it happens. So you can have the best scenario when that happens in an injury type accident is that you have a sprained strain, which means that you've sprained your ligaments and strained your muscles across there, and that it's pushed your cervical spine out of alignment, and we realign your spine, do some physical therapy on the soft tissues, design some exercises for you, and you go on down the road. Now, the other things that can happen from it is you develop a disc injury where you actually tear, herniate a disc, and that puts pressure on the spinal cord or the structures around the spinal cord and cause a whole bunch of problems according to there. Now, that can mean that you need surgery, but it doesn't have to mean that you're going to have surgery. It depends on the severity of what the accident is. I mean, you can have a pretty bad herniation and still not need surgery, and still not really have a bulge or a herniation that someone will want to do surgery on. You know, it depends on a lot of factors. So a lot of times we can quiet those down, develop exercises that you do, and then you do great. Now, the other thing that you can have with that is that you can actually develop a fracture from snapping your head back and forth. Now, those are obviously things that a chiropractor is not going to work on, but we're really good at finding, because I've seen fractures that came from the emergency room and that they didn't see, and they were there, and then we were able to get you to the appropriate people to deal with the fracture in the cervical spine. So there's different things that we can do. Now, testing that we'll do is you're probably going to need X-rays. Depending on the severity and what your symptoms are, you may need an MRI across there. There's computer testing that we do that measure how the muscles move and allow us to develop exercises. Those are called dynamic EMGs, dynamic surface EMGs. And there's a whole host of different things that you do. So what we want to do if you're in these accidents is obviously document everything that you have so that you can support your case, you know, if a third-party payer is paying it, or be able to get you better as quick as we can knowing what the injuries are. Hope this provided some good information for you. Thank you very much.